One. Good evening, everyone. It's Pete Cohen here. Thank you so much for joining me for this very special broadcast. Now, one of the things that many of you see me do every single day is sharing things. I do like to share, and I actually do need to just share this. So let's just let a few people come in before we get properly on with this little broadcast this evening. I really appreciate you guys showing up. We have some guests here this evening. And let me just do what I need to do right now, which is to share this in a couple of places. So on a couple of different platforms, at least if I can see myself. There I am. There we go, in my parents' house. Let's just share this. So we're going to share this on my, oops, not there. We don't want to hear me twice. And it's Susie Beaumont's birthday today, and she is one of our guests. So because I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning, sometimes when you've been up for so long, you can't remember if this morning was yesterday, but this morning was this morning. And I can't believe that I was wishing Susie a happy birthday so early. Anyway, that's what happens. That's what happens. It's bedtime for me soon because I'm going to be up again for 4 o'clock in the morning for day 3 on this week all about mental strength and emotional intelligence. Let me just share this one more place and we'll be good to go. We can talk to our guests. Last night we did a broadcast and it was amazing to hear some of these stories just from everyday people just like you and me who have really got involved in what we're doing here in changing the world. I really believe we are changing the world. We're putting a lot of good back into the human race. We're putting, where there was worry, we're putting hope. Where there was frustration, we're putting inspiration. And I just figure that that's what the world needs. More than anything, especially when things like what has just happened yesterday in Manchester. I know my heart and so many people's hearts go out to all of the people that have been affected by that because it's just terrible, you know. But we're here and we want to inspire you. So I think if you're ready to go, I'm going to bring in my first guest. I'm going to bring in Kate. So I'm going to bring in Kate. Just give me 1 second. And here we go. Kate, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Pete.
Brilliant. Listen, thank you so much for joining me. I bet you wouldn't have believed that a few months ago you would be in this position talking to me where lots of other people would be hearing you, right? I bet you.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Listen, I really appreciate you kind of putting yourself out there to speak to people about what it is that you've achieved. And I've watched you closely and seen your journey. Tell us a little bit about what you've achieved since being a part of the whole Mi365 experience.
Right, well, I joined back in sort of October time, and that's when I started to watch you. And at that time I was in quite a bad depression. Hi Sandra. And so I was in a really, really low place. I was spending quite a lot of money on counselling. I was trying to do various different things to help myself. As you might know, I'm in a chorus and I sing every week. So I was doing quite a lot of things, I think, to actually help myself with my mood, because it was depression that I was suffering with. And then the doors opened to Elite in, I think it was about January time. So that's when I could actually change to become an Elite member. And I think that's when I really started noticing a difference, because some of the habits I started adopting are just things that I do now, and they help, they're coping mechanisms, and I actually enjoy them. I enjoy the journaling, I'm enjoying the meditation. And for me, the biggest change isn't necessarily a physical one, even though my initial goal was to lose 2 stone. I worked out I've only lost about 6 pounds. But it's all this change in mental attitude, and you spoke about it in one of your videos when you said you just need to change your perspective, and that rings into my head so many times. It's like, change your perspective, how could you see this differently? So I've just really valued all of the broadcasts and all the work that we've done, so I want to say thank you for that.
Well, listen, it's a pleasure, and I didn't realise, I've talked about depression before, but one of the things which I think is amazing about what you've done is, on a video that you made, you were talking about how often you'd had counselling, but you'd never been able to, it was always talking as...
Yeah. Sorry, children just come in. You can say hello. Is this James?
Hi, James.
Yeah, sorry about this. Yeah.
This,
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
this is the real world, you know. And you are a great example to people out there that have suffering from, you know, similar conditions. In fact, I'm going to bring someone else on here because she, like you, has suffered from something, you know, fairly similar. Can we say hello to Samantha Hardingham? Samantha, good evening. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Hi, Pete. Hi, Kate.
Hiya. Hello to Jane.
So, Samantha,
No, I want you to go now. Oh,
hang on a second. Look, we can do that. It's okay. We can't hear you now, Kate, so it's all good. Samantha, we can see you, but we can't hear you. So,
can you not? Can you hear me now?
Work in very similar fields, and I've seen her journey, and I've really been so inspired by Samantha and what you've done, because I know that you help a lot of people. But just tell us a little bit about what you have achieved since being a part of the whole Mi365.
Well, very similar to Kate in that my shift in mindset. You know, I can remember when I first joined just the main group. I'd seen you do Tales of a Life Coach on Periscope, and the first quarter of 2016, I just couldn't get out of a gloom. It wasn't a full-blown depression, but it was a real gloom. And so I looked you up, and you were doing Mi365, and you said commit to 5 days, you know, just for 1 week to listening. And within that 5 days, I just really saw a positive shift, and started to do things that I would never have dreamt of before. And it's just had a huge impact on me. And I now have an amazing toolkit in which to be able to lift my spirits and, you know, just continue a happier life.
Amazing. And I know that you've really kind of got involved. You're very consistent, and consistency, I think most people really struggle with. Just tell us what has been, because the Elite membership is open till Thursday and everyone has an opportunity to join, and then on Thursday, that's it. You won't hear me talk about it for a long time. We'll close the door. We'll just go back to focusing on what we focus on. But what have you achieved since
I can't quite hear you there, Pete, but I'm guessing you're asking what have I achieved since I've joined Elite.
Yeah.
One of my big shameful moments really was that at my goddaughter's christening, her father, who is a Sky presenter, asked me whether I would do a reading, and I said, no, I can't do that. And it really stuck with me that, you know, it was an awful thing to have to turn down at my goddaughter's christening, for goodness sake. So one of the things that I'm doing is a public speaking course in a couple of weeks, and I'm really looking forward to that, would you believe? So massively stepping out of my comfort zone, and that's what Elite encourages you to do. You know, the comfort zone is a wonderful place, but nothing ever grows there. And you're giving me the tools to equip myself in being able to do that and going out of that comfort zone. Even if it's just a teeny weeny bit, step by step, just keep doing it. And for me, you know, especially the cost of Elite, it's allowing me to be Elite, but without the price tag, basically.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Let's bring Kate back in. And in fact, Kate Carruth, if you could join us as well. And Kate, can you just say, what has this kind of whole, because I know that you've made a lot of friends with people who, some of them you've never even met. What has the Mi365 done for you? And the question to both of you.
What has Mi365 done for me?
So what has the community?
Oh, right, the community.
Many of you have become friends with each other, yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
What's that?
One of my fears, I talked about it in one of my videos, was actually flying. And you know, something rang a bell there, Samantha, when you were talking about pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. When Susie had her conference, I really wanted to go. But the thing that was stopping me from going was the fear of getting on the plane. And I wouldn't have gone to that. I was mainly going to see you because I really wanted to see you and hear the things that were on at the conference. But also I'd made some friends that I actually wanted to meet, and there was quite a few of us that actually met at the conference, and it was just lovely actually meeting people in real life that have offered me support in this group. And the support is actually phenomenal. Because I know there's been times when I've felt quite low and I've said, actually, I'm not having a good day, and people have come in and really supported me, and I've really appreciated that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised as it has. You know, I often always do the thing. I do my best. My coach said to me many years ago about the whole mastermind that you need, and the something amazing, the magic happens when people come together and support each other. So tell me, both of you, what is next for the both of you? What is on the horizon, apart from obviously Samantha at, did you say your goddaughter's christening?
Yeah, that's been and gone. She's now quite a lot older. Public speaking, Pete. There's a lot on the horizon, and I'm really excited about it. And I've learned to deal with the anxiety and stress around that, and can cope with it.
Yeah, it's awesome. I think what a lot of people have worked out is that you stretch yourself a little bit, but not too much. And where your skills meet, where you're just stretching yourself a little bit, you can achieve so much. And both of you, what you've achieved, it's incredible. It really is awesome. Let's bring someone else in. Let's bring in this lady who's I think quite a lot of you know. Don't go anywhere, the rest of you. Let's bring in this. Kate, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, Pete.
Good. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Kate, tell us a little bit about what you've achieved since you've been a part of the whole Mi365 Elite.
Oh, not very much, really. Let's see. So I have realised what my purpose is, which is to be a writer. So over the last 6 months, I've been getting ready for that. I handed my notice in at the beginning of April, and I am now a writer. So I'm working from home with a cat who's just decided to sit on me, which is slightly awkward. But yes, so basically realising my ambition, I've reached the point where I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Which is, it's an incredible feeling. But so it's also...
Sorry, carry on.
I was going to say, the other thing, I was thinking about this when I watched the broadcast last night. There was something else that happened as part of being elite in January, which was completely unexpected and completely extraordinary, which was that I managed to let go of something that happened in my past. So 11 years ago, I had cancer. And every year when the anniversary came around, I got depressed. It was this thing that kind of was part of me and clung to me. And then because of something that you'd done in a couple of months before about choosing how you feel, I suddenly had this moment where I just decided, you know what, that's enough. I've had enough of this. And it was as quick as that. But I just let go of that past that has been hanging about me like a cloud. And it just went, and it was an extraordinary feeling, and it's all down to sort of Mi365 and Elite.
Wow. But let's go back a little bit further, Kate, because what a lot of people don't know about you, and thank you for sharing that. Obviously having gone through cancer and being alive and well today, and being able to let go of that. I know that's a big challenge for a lot of people, but there's some other stuff that you've let, in which a lot of people wait. Tell us about how much weight you've actually lost.
Overall, it's 6 stone. So again, I was around about 15.5 stone. I was very big. I was overweight. I was very unhealthy. Again, something just changed in my mindset about 3 or 4 years ago, and because my attitude changed, I started to lose weight.
Yeah.
But what I really realised was that I was on a diet and it was temporary. And that was actually where I first came across you. So I took out a gym membership and got sort of a free peek going as part of that. And that was where I first got to know you. And it was from knowing you through the Weight Loss Guru piece that I then got to know you through Mi365, well, Tales of a Life Coach as it was then.
Yeah.
And then worked with you. And that was when I gave up sugar. I moved on to a healthy diet. And that was, I lost weight I never thought I was going to lose. So that was completely extraordinary. I mean, my entire wardrobe I had to throw out. It was really expensive.
You've lost a lot of weight. You've found your kind of purpose in life. You've started working for yourself. You've left the job that you had. Tell me what you think of the kinship, the culture that exists. What has that been like for you?
That has been extraordinary. So I couldn't go into the main group and say to people I want to quit my job, because I've been saying to everybody at work, Mi365 is great, you really ought to show up. And then suddenly I thought, yeah, well, if I do that and say something about leaving my job, they'll all know that's what my plan is. So the only people who knew that it was my plan to hand my notice in were Elite. And it was incredibly powerful, because you've always said, you know, if you want to achieve something, tell 10 people. Well, I told whatever it was at the time, 150 people. And that meant that, it made sure I was really committed to it. But then when I went through the ups and downs of, oh God, I'm really doing this, and what am I going to do? And am I going to be a failure? They were always there. They stood up. They showed up. I had people from sending me messages saying, just wanted to see how you're getting on with Operation Full-Time Writer. And just being incredibly supportive. It's just an amazing community, and I really don't think I would have done what I've done if I didn't know that they were all there and they got my back.
So tell me, let's just ask the three ladies that we have here. And I've just posted a link. If anyone wants to get on here, who is a Mi365 Elite, just click on that link. If you're on Chrome, you can't do it on your phone. Samantha, what would you say to anyone that's contemplating becoming an Elite member?
Oh God, it's invaluable. I mean, you can't live without it, can you? It's just amazing. A fantastic community, some truly lovely people that are all going for one goal, and that is to be the best that they can be. Thank you.
Listen, I couldn't put. It almost sounds like, have we just paid you to say that? Because what better accolade could but I know that you've totally embraced all of this and you've really got involved. And I really, as I believe with all opportunity, for the best is yet to come. The best of any of us, because we want more and we're prepared to work at it. Kate, what would you say to anyone that is contemplating becoming an Elite member?
Well, you have to see this as an investment. And I think there's kind of a saying that you've said a few times, which you've picked up on, which is that, if the oxygen mask comes down, put the mask on yourself first. Yeah. You have to actually, whatever your commitments are to other people and to a job and to family and friends, you've got to be there and you've got to work on yourself in order to be there for them too. Yeah. So, and I think Yvonne Taylor posted something recently, probably in the main group, about exactly this, realizing she'd never worked on herself in her life. And then she started to work on on herself, and it made a huge difference to her family. So you have to think of it as an investment. But it's also about, the content is there when you're ready for it. I've just gone back to the original Best Year Yet, which was the beginning of the year masterclass, because now's the right time for me to do that, which means that it's not about you've got to keep up with people. It's the content is there when you want it and when it's ready for you and when you are ready for it. So it's about making sure you're there to use that material when you need it.
Kate, thank you so much. It's great to be able to hear what you have to say. Kate, what would you say to anyone that's thinking about becoming an Elite member?
I wouldn't think about it, just do it. Like I said on my video the other day, since we've been talking, I've just been thinking about all the changes that's happened in my life since becoming Elite. the fact that I'm writing goals down now, I'm working on them, the increases in my confidence, the total change in my mindset, the way I'm looking at things. I mean, there's a lot of things actually in the Elite that that people who were not there, they're not realizing what's actually there in the content, the worksheets that you go through, the little tasks that you're doing, and the extra videos and the extra support. And certainly for me, the community, with it being a bit smaller, it just felt like more of an easier place to share things and to grow. You know, so don't think about it, just do it.
Let's do it. You know, it's interesting. Thank you so much. You know, I heard a story yesterday. In fact, Kate, Samantha, and two Kate, because I think other people to come on, so it'd be great. Oh, I've frozen. I've frozen. Am I back on again? I think I'm back on again. I think I'm still working. I don't know whether you can hear me, but if Kate, Samantha, and Kate, if you come off now, if you exit, close the browser down, you can hear me. This technology doesn't always work the way that we want it to work, but I just believe in you. I believe in you. I always see the good in people, sometimes to my detriment. Every cell of our body, there is a part that wants to grow, that wants to expand, that wants to be great. And I believe that you have that within you, whether you choose to become an elite member or not. For me, Mi365 is 365 days of you. You know, the you is mine. Self. You know, they've either never done it, or they've always helped other people, or they've just done it a bit. You will never find, I believe, you'll never find such a positive group of people from all over the world that genuinely will get your back. You can become an elite member. You've got until Thursday evening to do that. It's £19.97 a month. You've got access to a whole lot of masterclasses. You've got access to a whole lot of great content at your fingertips that you can consume on your phone. Masterclasses, wellness, and we're bringing every month Facebook Live just for you, but I dare you to renew in your development. You surrounded by like-minded people. You know it, and I know it. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who tried to get on this evening. It's been great to have heard from Sandra Holland, someone who's struggled with fear in the past. There's so many stories, and we are in the story-making business. I'm sorry this feed hasn't been too good tonight, but thank you. Click the link in this post and go and find out for yourself about Elite and what it can do for you. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Joanne Gibbons. Another incredible story. The best is yet to come. Say it with me, my friends. The best is yet to come, because I will be here tomorrow morning. I'll be up at 4 in the morning. I will be emotional intelligence and mental strength. Joining me background there, Marty. Let's finish off just by bringing Marty in here, shall we? Just for a second. Marty is in Kauai. We spoke to her last night. Marty, can you hear me? Background there, Marty. Let's finish off just by bringing Marty in here just for a second. Marty is in Kauai. We spoke to Marty, can you hear me? Last night, Marty, can you hear me?
Back and forth, but I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Can you hear me? What would you say to anybody that's thinking Elite?
Say that one more time.
What would you say to that's thinking about going Elite?
Well, it's actually just a no-brainer. I mean, if you're here already, it means that you're looking for the next best thing to take it to the next level. Everyone, as you always say, Pete, you have there's always another level, and that would be the next level for what we're doing here. So if you're participating and you're doing your 5 days a week and taking notes and doing all of those things to improve yourself, why wouldn't you take the next step? And it's just kind of in the succession of improving ourselves and doing everything that we can. It's the next thing that you would do. It's the next step. It's the next, you know, just like the video that you just did about there's only one way that you're going, and you're going up the steps. This is the next phase to the best you that you can be.
Thank you so much. Once again, I couldn't put that any better. And again, Marty's another professional person, you know, who helps a lot of people and has recognized she needs help. She needs support. We all need help. I have a coach. Everyone should have a coach, someone who helps you go from where you are to where you want to be. It's okay. You can figure it out. It's the greatest gift that you have been given in your life, the ability and ambitions to actually make something happen. I'm going to be a constant force in your life. I will be one of the most constant forces you have ever experienced. If you meet me halfway, your life can absolutely transform, as it has with many of our members already. Check out Mi365 Elite. Lisa Hodder, what an amazing lady she is. Also in America, a lady who's taken this opportunity and turned her life around, just like Wally, also in California, changed her life around. Thank you for watching, guys. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Take advantage of Elite. And once again, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Good night.